Hi, my name is Lily and welcome to my channel, and welcome to me talking about my book buying ban. So, yes, this is really happening. In 2024, I will be going on a book buying ban. I have to admit, I'm not looking forward to it. I am a bit sad about it, but essentially, without giving you any numbers, I am struggling with my TBR. Hi. And I will hopefully be moving out of my parents' house in 2024 and moving into my own home with my partner. We're hoping to buy our own home next year. And I would really like to reduce my physical TBR. So I have devised a way to help me reduce my book buying and incentivize me to read the books that I already have without completely stopping me getting new books. So it is a book buying ban, but it does have certain rules. So the way it's going to work is I will have to earn points to be able to buy books, and I will have to redeem a certain number of points per book I buy. So there are lots of different ways that I can earn points that I will go through in a minute, but there are a few caveats to this. So I can still buy some books for free, aka I don't have to have any points built up or redeem any points to buy these books. So one of the exceptions is book clubs. I am allowed to buy books for book clubs for free, aka not redeeming any points for that purchase. And that is quite simply because I don't get a choice in what the book club books are. I can vote, but I can't dictate. So if there are book club books that I want to read and I want to participate in that month, I am allowed to buy those for free. So I am also allowed to buy any sequels for books that I have started before 2024 for free. However, if I have started the series in 2024, I will have to earn points to be able to continue it. And the final caveat, which is one that I don't think I will be taking advantage of very often, is I am allowed to buy books that are special editions that I won't be able to get at other times. So if Fairy Loot or Illumicrate or anyone else does a special edition of a book and it will be a limited time only, I am allowed to buy that without redeeming points, and I'm excluding any pre-orders I already have in the bank. So how am I going to earn my points that I can redeem to buy books? I have created this handy dandy graphic that I will shuffle over so you can see better on your screen. So originally I was working on a reading goals video, and I realised that most of my goals revolve around reading books on my existing TBR or finishing series, and so I decided to use those goals to create some of these ways that I can earn points. So there are 7 different ways that I can earn points, and the different ways that I can earn points have different values. So the way that I can get the most points is by finishing an existing series. An existing series means one that I started before 2024 begins. So if I start a new series in 2024 and finish it in 2024, I will not get the 10 points for finishing that series, but if it is a series I started before 2024, I will get 10 points. I only get 10 points when I finish the whole series. This isn't per book in the series that I read. I will only get them when the series is complete. I will get 5 points if I read a TBR veteran, which means a book that has been on my physical TBR for more than 5 years. I have a surprising number of these. A lot of my books I purchased while I was at university, and it is kind of scary to think that I'm nearly 5 years out of graduating from university. But yes, I bought a lot of books while I was at university because I didn't have much else to do, but I didn't read a lot of them. So I really want to try and get through some of these TBR veterans, and that's why they have such a high points value. I will say I haven't decided yet if I get points if I DNF a book, but we will decide on that when we get there. Next, I can get 4 points for reading a book from my 24 for 2024 list. The reason I am doing this is because you haven't seen it yet, it hasn't uploaded yet, but my 2024 for 2024 video has a lot of overlap with my 23 for 2023. So you can imagine I really want to get these books read, and I feel really bad that I didn't read many of my 23 for 2023. I just wasn't in the mood for those genres basically for most of 2023, but now I am. So I'm bringing them back and I'm trying to read them, and as an extra incentive, I will get extra points for reading those books. I can get 3 points by reading a book from a random generator choice. The rules for this are, if I am using a random number generator, I have to choose a book within the first 3 random numbers I generate. So I may regenerate to create 3 choices for myself, and I have to pick one of those 3. If I go beyond that 3, I do not get the points for it, because essentially at that point I am mood reading. I also have a secret TBR game that I play for myself, and that will be included in this one because that creates random prompts for me to pick a book from, so that will also get me the 3 points. I will get 2 points if my boyfriend picks my next read. I have made this 2 points purely because there's a chance he could be very, very nice and know that I'm in the mood for reading a romance and pick me a romance, or he could be really mean and pick a really chunky book just to be spiteful. He's a wild card, so 2 points instead of 1 for that choice. He is already very excited about this and says that his first choice will probably be Eragon, so look for that in the near future, I guess. I'm not sure how much I'll use that slot. It might be a case of I can't decide what to read, so I ask him to pick. I am allowed to give him a reduced down sub-list for him to pick from to get the points as well, but for the most part I'll probably ask him to pick whatever he wants. I can also get 2 points for reading a book I purchased in 2023 or 2024. It might seem a bit counterintuitive that I'm giving myself points for reading the books I buy in the year that I'm on a book buying ban, but hear me out. So the reason I'm doing this is because I feel like a big reason why my TBR is kind of getting out of control and I keep buying more books instead of reading the books that I already have. That's because I will pick up books because I'm really, really excited for them and I will put them on the TBR, but I have 10 other books in the pipeline before that book, and by the time I get there I've forgotten about it, or it's in an awkward to reach place in my bedroom, and then they end up languishing on the TBR for years. And this is how I've ended up with so many TBR veterans. And so my logic here is I do want to reward myself for reading the books that I buy as I buy them, because I want to encourage myself to read books that I am excited for right now. And that's my eventual goal, is I would really like for eventually my entire TBR to fit onto my TBR cart. And so then I only have this subset of books that I'm really excited for. And finally, I will get a point if I read a book as a buddy read or for a book club. So I am part of 3 different book clubs, and I often have to buy new books for those. I do try to suggest books that I already own, and fairly often that has succeeded, but I want to encourage that, and oftentimes I will borrow them from the library, and I want a reward for myself if I've borrowed a library book. So yeah, overall, this is just encouraging me to do things that I already enjoy doing. I really love buddy reading and I want to do more of it in the future. I've done quite a few this year and they've all been really fun. So I want to incentivize myself to do things that I enjoy, because one of my goals, as I said earlier, I turned some of my goals into prompts for this. And one of my goals I wanted to set for 2024 was to do more buddy reads because I love them. And here we are, this is how I'm going to incentivize it. I will get a point every time I do a buddy read. So at the bottom of the card, we have a total number of points I will have earned, and there's also a section for how many points I have redeemed. As you can see under each prompt, there are 5 of the number of points, and so each time I complete a row 5 times, I will get 10 points. So if I finish 5 series, I will get 10 points for each series that I finish, and then a bonus at 10 points for completing 5. Same for if I do 5 buddy reads, I will get a bonus 10 points. And the amount of points it takes to redeem a book is 10. So every time I finish a series, I can, in theory, buy myself a new book, and I wanted to do that for myself because I have over 60 series that I've started and not finished, and I really, really want to get them finished. So this is a big incentive for me. I didn't want to make it super easy to earn points to buy books, but I also didn't want to make it so difficult that I'm only buying a handful of books throughout the year. So hopefully, for the most part, I will have to read a fair few books before I can get a new one, and we'll see. I may adjust it as I go, but we'll see what happens. It doesn't matter how much the book costs, because I'm not trying to reduce the amount of money that I spend on books, but rather the amount of books I have in total. So I want to do it by per book rather than I can do a point per pound for a book, whatever. You can understand what I mean. It is a flat rate of 10 points per book. It doesn't matter what the book is, how much the book costs, what format it is. That is how it will work. So this covers all formats except audio. I'm not including audio because that is kind of an entire separate TBR, and I read audiobooks very differently to how I read physical books and ebooks, but this will include ebooks, so I will not be participating in Stash or Kindle days unless I have points for it, because even if the book is free, I still have to redeem the points. The only exception to this is if I get sent any ARCs, but I've that I never do, so I think I'll be fine. And of course, if people buy me gifts, that won't cost me any points. So that is kind of the overall gist of things. If I want to buy a new ebook or get a new ebook in Stash or Kindle days, and I want to get a new physical book, I have to redeem 10 points per book I wish to buy. So my plan for this really is to try and save up the points for when there's a book that I'm really excited for, or if it's like a day that I'm going to meet a friend and we'll be going book shopping, so that I can kind of be a bit more free with it when I'm actually going out intentionally book buying. So I'm hoping what this will do is reduce the amount of books I buy just because I'm in Waterstones, because at the moment I occasionally will like go into Waterstones and buy myself a payday treat, and I think I probably should stop that because they are racking up. So that is how my book buying ban is going to work. I will see how this goes. If it's not working, of course I will stop doing it, but I'm really hopeful that with the rules and the caveats, I can kind of improve how I buy books more intentionally. I am planning on doing a video in the new year about overconsumption and books, because it's something I've been thinking about a lot, especially in my own way of overconsumption. So I'm hoping this is going to be a more healthy way for me to relate to books and read books and collect books. So let me know in the comments, like, what did you think? Have I done anything wrong? Would you change anything? But also, what are your book buying plans and reading goals for the next year? Are you planning to get more books, less books? Are you trying to reduce your TBR or increase it? I'd love to hear about what you are planning for your reading in 2024. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, please give it a like and consider subscribing to see more content from me. All of my social media links are in the description below. And if you'd like to leave me a comment to let me know that you are here, leave me a book stack emoji in the comments. Thank you again. Bye!